Alright, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Good night, I guess. Welcome, welcome. We're going to be getting started here. Let's go ahead and have a look. And here I am. Hello, hello. Yes, don't mind the mess in the background there. But, yeah. Hello indeed. Welcome, welcome. Not quite, Optimus Prime, not quite. Alright, so I've got Wicked here of the Extreme Meme Team fame, also an awesome moderator of Air for Carthage's channel. So we're going to be getting started today with some FESTAG testing. In update, the patch notes are basically, if you saw my video the other day, they're basically the same as they were before. There might have been a couple of minor changes, but overall there are some things I wanted to test. So we're going to start here with the Green Knight. So let's see, I'm going to get in here. We'll just go straight in, Green Knight versus Kolek, and just see how he does there. Yep, we got, let's see, we got Argrovius in here. We got Nathan Hewitt. I'm going to probably butcher this, but Nikolai, right? Gawk, Canny, the dog. What's up, guys? Guac. Oh yeah, everybody's coming out. Yes, with Star Crusher. And if we're going to be doing testing, there's really only one map that's appropriate for testing here. That is MP Crossroads. Alright. So, the Green Knight just got, if you go ahead and have a look here, I do have the patch notes over on my side monitor over here. So, if we could have a look, Britonia, the Green Knight got a hit reaction chance and additional melee weapon strength. So I do want to see how he stacks up against monstrous targets. And what's a good monstrous target? Kolek Suneater, of course. He's kind of the measuring stick, right? So, all right, we can fade this music out now. I think just let that pause. There you go, Wicked. You can see my OP build here. We're just gonna get straight to the fun because, of course, Green Knight does have Vanguard. So, yeah, the bounce power may be a little bit of an issue here, but I think we'll be fine. Oh, where is he? All right, let's go get him. See how he does here. I'm genuinely curious to see. So we'll pop this when we get nice and close. There we go. Got a good hit there. Let's see. Is he just going to get stagger locked? That's what I'm afraid of. So far, oh, there he got a hit in. That did some pretty good damage. Now, obviously, in this kind of a situation, you would ideally want something supporting the Green Knight. You wouldn't want him just fighting one-on-one like some Knights or some, you know, some other units, maybe some peasants or something. But he's getting a couple hits in, and despite the stagger locking, it's still a pretty even fight. He is still getting stagger locked pretty badly, though. Yeah, interesting. Alright, Yosef, happy birthday, man. You've been around for a while, so thanks for your support, and good to have you here. Hope you're enjoying your day. I'm assuming it's your birthday. From what you're saying there. Let's see. Thanks, Jack. I have not tested animated Hulks. That is actually a good one. I did not have them on my list, so I will add them on here real quick. I had totally forgotten about that. When I was skimming the patch notes earlier, I kind of skipped that. So we will test that as these guys duke it out here. Green Knight's doing alright. Yeah, all things considered. I mean, he's about the same price as Kolek, I want to say, so Now keep in mind also the Green Knight can heal, and I'm not healing him, but He could heal if we went into the forest here, but we'll see. The leadership of Kolek might give out, but yeah, only about 200 hit points left on the Green Knight. About 100 hit points. I think he's done for. Maybe. Melee defense saved that one. Ooh, 5 hit points. Can we save him? Nope. Yeah, so it looks like still loses to Kolek, unfortunately. But did a solid amount of damage there for sure. Yeah, not too bad. Let's try against Durthu. Durthu's kind of another good measuring stick. Quite literally. Yeah, it looks better. He still lost out, but the reach advantage is a big difference maker. You're right. And the fact that Kolek kind of pushes him back and staggers him makes a big difference. That's why I wanted to test against Kolek, because that stagger locking is a big issue. But again, you would never want the Green Knight fighting, you know, Kolek in a vacuum like that necessarily. So, yeah, we'll just go ahead and go straight into Durthu. And the Green Knight does have magic damage, but Durthu, I guess, has magic damage as well. So this isn't necessarily a fight that you'd want to take, but I'm just curious to see how he does here. Yeah. Yeah, I'm curious to see how much of a difference this makes. Cause yeah, he has 0 armor, but 50 melee defense is not too terrible. So we'll see. Only 300 HP. I'm just curious to see how much damage he can actually do. Not that you would ever really take him in this matchup, but let's say worst case scenario, you know, you come in against a big world beater with magic damage, and yeah, he's getting wrecked. He's got a hit in there though. Yeah, his melee defense is not enough. It's Durthu's 73 melee attack. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be enough. I mean, maybe if you had him rolling with like a Lewin or something, and you were able to give him stand your ground. Yeah, see, when he gets hits in, he's not doing too bad. If you could just buff up his melee defense, or maybe you bring a Prophetess, Lord of Heavens, and throw down like a Harmonic Convergence. But that's actually better than I expected, about half HP on Durthu. Yeah. You can see when his melee defense saves the hits there, and prevents Durthu from actually hitting him, he's getting some really good damage in return. Yeah, he might actually do this. I don't know. Durthu gets, yeah, one or two more hits from Durthu. It's kind of all down to the RNG of his melee defense at this point, but yeah, that's better than I was expecting. That's not bad at all. Yeah, that's not bad at all. That's much better than I was expecting, actually. Yeah. Yeah, that's not bad. That's definitely not bad. Yeah, Archaon has magic attacks too, so I think that would be more or less the same result as with Durthu, but that's not terrible. His melee defense is good enough, and again, I think if you run him with a Lord or a caster that can buff his melee defense, so like Lewin, for example, let's see, he does have stand your ground, so like that could turn that potentially. If you come in here and grab a Damsel with Lore of Heavens, grab a Harmonic Convergence, especially because the Green Knight can heal himself if he's in the forest, so you don't necessarily need to take healing for him. So if you were to take a build something like this, with Lewin to lower the melee defense of your opponent with Sword of Corone, and to buff the Green Knight's melee defense, I think you could maybe even just go in and wreck Durthu. I mean, granted, again, that matchup's not super hard for Bretonnia already, but yeah. Yeah, not bad. Not bad. Who else? We should do one more quick test. Let's see. Who would be good? Let me check something real quick. Let's see. The Blood Dragon, I the only thing they changed with the Blood Dragon is just removing an ability and making him cheaper. But, yeah, I don't think... Yeah, he could beat Archaon. Let's test him against Tyrion real quick. And we'll see how he does there, and then we'll kind of move on to the next one. But yeah, or maybe I might do Archaon real quick as well. I don't want to spend too much time on this one, but certainly we want to make sure we're getting some good options. Yeah, Tyrion is Tyrion's a beast, absolute beast, but we'll see. We'll see. No, Tyrion with Sun Fang might have magic damage in campaign, but it doesn't give him magic damage in multiplayer. Nope. The reason why no heart is because the Green Knight isn't getting the benefit from Sacred Guardian because there's no forest on MP Crossroads, so yeah, if I can't heal, Tyrion can't heal. Alright, here's the Duel of the Fates right here. Yeah, you would think Tyrion should have magic damage. I mean, his sword's on fire, but I think the Green Knight will definitely win this one. It's hard to say, though. His stats are just so good. Let's pop that Dolores Blade. See if we can't get through that melee defense. Yeah, so far, slightly in the Green Knight's favor. Yeah, definitely. The lack of magic damage really telling there, but holy cow, 600 total weapon strength when he has that Dolores Blade active, and it does last quite a while, 48 seconds. We'll see. I mean, the RNG, you guys say that one will clearly win over the other. In Lord duels like this, a lot of it, especially when they have pretty comparable stats, comes down to the RNG of melee attack versus melee defense. So, for those of you who don't know, this is kind of a good opportunity to explain this. Yeah, so melee attack versus melee defense. So the base chance to hit in Total War Warhammer is 35%. And then for every point over for the attack versus the melee defense, for every point over, you get an additional percentage point. For every point under, it goes down, right, to a minimum of 9, and the maximum is 90%. So in this situation, what is it, 35% base chance to hit. Green Knight has 60 melee attack versus Tyrion's 60 melee defense, so it's a 35% chance to hit because those two stats are even. On the other hand, only 50 melee defense for the Green Knight. Tyrion has 75, meaning he's getting, 35 plus 15's 50% chance to hit. So, yeah, a little bit of a demonstration there, but this fight could potentially drag on quite a while, depending on how those dice rolls go. So, yeah. Yep, the patch was released today. Yes, indeed, TVA. Yeah, we should definitely fast forward. But, we'll see. Yeah, Tyrion gets terrified there at the end, but took a while. Okay, I think that's enough with the Green Knight. Archaon, we'll have to come back to that one. Maybe we'll do a dedicated video, but... right, Iron Thunder, but see, the reason it is a common misconception. Real quick, let me clear this up. 55% physical resistance is what the Green Knight has, yes, but he also has Blessing of the Lady, which gives him 20%. Blessing of the Lady is leadership conditional, but because the Green Knight is unbreakable, it never stops, so he has, with these two together, 75% physical resistance. So, yep. Okay, now moving on to our next test. Let's see. We're going to do some Pegasus Knights. Okay. Ooh. I want to test versus undead first, but we will test against monsters as well. But let's see. You know, we can do this. Let's do, oh, what are those things called? The big drain cart. Mortis engine. That's it. Okay, I'm gonna have to do custom funds for this, but let's see here. Because I need 8 units of Pegasus Knights. I'm assuming Royal Pegasus Knights had the same change, but we're gonna test the basic version first, I think here. Okay. Yep. I can post them right here. Let's see. Here are the patch notes. So, yep. Oh, yeah. Okay, the prophetess is on foot. Okay. You know what? I'm just going to leave this music playing for a while. Oh, did they? Interesting. Yeah, I guess we ought to just test the regular ones then. But we'll see. I'm curious. These, I don't think I've ever seen someone take these in multiplayer. Even in, like, Game 1, you would rarely see them. But we'll see here how they do. Oh man, look at that Air Force. That should be terrifying, right? It should be. Like, I would love to be able to just do a mass Vanguard, you know, Pegasus with Green Knight, just bro charge. That would be super fun, but is it too loud? Let's see. Okay, so let's go start charging these various targets here. And with the infantry, I'm going to try and pull out after I charge in, but with the monsters, I'm just going to let them stand and fight. Well, fly and fight, I guess, in the case of the Terrorgeist. But, yeah, the charges on those monsters weren't too impactful. Not seeing... Yeah, once the charge bonus starts to apply, but still... I mean, granted, those are regenerating monsters. Yeah, you can see the zombies took quite a bit of shock damage, but can we pull away now is the question. Graveguard didn't take quite so much damage, but it wasn't too terrible. They are able to pull away pretty cleanly there from the zombies, but... see if we can get Wicked to summon some zombies. I'm curious to see if they can pull away after they've been, you know, after they've had zombies summoned on top of them, but let's go ahead and just charge back in real quick, and we'll check in with the monster mashers. Yeah, you can see the pathing. They're having a hard time surrounding this Terrorgeist. This one, yeah, same thing. They're not doing a great job of surrounding him. So that's a little bit unfortunate. You can see a couple of the unit models have managed to get into the back on this guy, which is pretty good. That's what you want. The Mortis engines, unfortunately, are actually winning, which is not the worst thing in the world, but... Oh, no worries. Let me see if I can kind of force pull through some of these, and we'll see if they can pull out after that. Okay, now let's try and pull out in this direction. Now, they were able to actually pull through the zombies just straight up there, so... Yeah, I mean, Graveguard, they're having a little bit of a harder time pulling through, but... Okay, yeah, let's see if we can disengage this way now. Like the ones that are stuck in the middle here. I'm curious to see how they're doing, because the reason I wanted to test against Graveguard and Undead Infantry specifically is because they're heavier than other infantry, for whatever reason. It's like they're like dwarf heavy for some reason. I guess we could have tested against dwarfs as well, but a lot of them have charge defense, whereas Graveguard do not. So yeah, they were able to get back up. There's still, what, one model caught in there, but you can see they weren't, previously when there would have been one model caught on the ground, the whole unit is like constantly recharging back onto the ground. That time they weren't, so maybe they might be a little bit better now. I don't know. I'm still not super sold on them as a unit, but they definitely lost out to those Terror guys, which isn't surprising. I mean, this unit's only 1,100 points, so yeah, it could be a decent one. Oh yeah, Yosef, you admiring the +1 melee attack for... They're actually, considering the cost, they are trading cost effectively with the Mortis engine. Now granted, obviously there's going to be a lot of support for the Mortis engine, but still... I think we'll just roll up the flank of this Graveguard now. Yeah, I mean, it's just the cost is, it's enough that it's like, it's tough to really make them justifiable. I guess at 1,100 points, maybe it's not too bad. Maybe I should give these guys another shot in multiplayer matches, but alright, let's see if 2 healthy units can take down a Terrorgeist. Yeah, I could see them, if you got a good surprise Vanguard, you could maybe get something cheeky. Like, you can see with 2 units, even just 1.5, like, tattered units, they were able to do quite a bit of damage to that Terrorgeist there. But let's bring in this other unit and actually intelligently, you know, micro them into a rear charge and see how that does. We should be able to finish off this Terrorgeist here. Yeah, see, now that they have a full surround, I'm expecting this Terrorgeist to just get absolutely dumped on. Which, it's still getting a good amount of damage in response, so, yeah. Still not super sold, but they're alright. For 1,100 points, they seem a little bit better than the Royal Pegasus Knights, but I think we've seen enough to kind of draw our conclusions there. Yeah, Knights of the Realm do perform better in every way, but they do give you an air option and a Vanguard option. So like I was saying there, if you were able to get these 3 actually all got an X, or 4 all got an XP chevron, so they did trade cost effectively against those monsters to a degree, but I mean for 1,100 points, if you combined them in with a super wide build, I could see them potentially playing a role. Like if you're going for a super wide build and you're up against a powerful air faction, maybe you take a couple of Pegasus Knights just as insurance against like a dragon or a Terrorgeist or something. I think there's maybe something there, but it's probably pretty niche. I think it requires some real-world testing. Yeah, I mean, they have good charge bonus, good weapon strength with the +10 bonus versus large. Their stats just aren't that great. So maybe you give them like harmonic convergence, favor the Fae, I don't know. There's not really like an area of effect, a melee attack buff for Bretonnia though, which is kind of a problem when you think about it. Yeah, Lore of Beast doesn't have anything. You have a single target with Lore of Heavens and Favor of the Fae as well, but there's no area of effect melee attack buff for Bretonnia, which is kind of a shame, really. Yeah, I don't know, but that's, I mean, you have to take Alberic, and that's already just not great, so... Anyway, let's move on to the next test. Okay, Crimson Killers. For the greenskins. Okay. These guys, these bad boys. Let's see how they do. Oh yeah, Wicked already knows. Chosen great weapons. Oh yeah. Yeah, I might have to test Pegasus Knights in an actual battle, but I think you could maybe make them work. Maybe you do some things, but later maybe I'll try Orion plus. Maybe we'll do an Orion plus Albric mass. Well, I guess Albric doesn't have Vanguard, but you could do an Albric or a Orion plus Bretonia mass Vanguard, you know, Wild Riders and Pegasus Knights, and just pop that right off the bat and charge. That could be fun. Or maybe a mass Vanguard Goblins with, you know, with air support. That could be good. That could maybe work, maybe, possibly. But look at this fat group of boys, man. 60 boys now. That's awesome. They look so much more intimidating somehow with more of them. I mean, I guess it makes sense, but okay, we are definitely going to fast forward on this one because this is going to be a bit of a grind, so yeah, we'll go ahead and get the boys on the move. Oh yeah, the lads are ready for sure. Let's get in close and watch this rapid action happen as the Crimson Killers are trading pretty cost effectively. I mean, they're what, 1550? So yeah, this is about right, all things considered. Yeah, that's just about right. Actually, Iron Thunder, I think Harpies count as infantry size, if I'm not mistaken. I'll have to double check that, but I do think Harpies count as infantry size. Okay, now let's go beat down the Chaos Lord. Come on, lads, stay in the fight. It's orcs, what can you do? Yeah, that's just about right. I mean, chosen with great weapons, 1550, and they just Crimson Killers are 1550, and they just barely beat him. So that's pretty much right on point. Yeah. Now we'll do the Executioner Regiment of Renown. I think that's the other best great weapon infantry in the game, based on previous testing. So, yep. Hey, what's up, my son? Not actually my son, but I don't know. The splash damage, I'd have to check for their stats, but or in terms of their splash attack targets, but it's 50 total weapon strength, which I believe is the same. It's regular Black Orcs, yeah. 36. Yeah, so it's the same total weapon strength. I think they might just have more splash attack targets. Maybe they have like 2 targets or something. I don't know. Yeah. The biggest thing is just that they're up in the air, right? Which means you can kind of pick your engagements a little bit more against certain factions, but against other factions, it's more of a liability than anything to be up in the air, so yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's going to be interesting. Blades of the Blood Queen, significantly less HP, but they do have better stats, just straight up. Plus bonus versus infantry. So, yeah, we'll see. Ugh, the boys did not do the best on the charge there, but they're starting to pull it back. I think everyone wants to see some cinematics of elves getting decapitated. Oh man, Khorne is pleased. Look at all that red. Yeah, Crimson Killers are probably going to win this one out as well, though. We'll see. We will see. I don't know. I think the Crimson Killers got this. Yeah. Yeah, the HP, I think, is the biggest difference maker there. It's like 2,000 difference in HP that the Crimson Killers have, so... Then they're just going to destroy this sorceress. Oh, man. Whew. Yeah, they're looking pretty good. I think they might actually be cost-effective now. Yeah, I think you're right. I think they are the best infantry in the game right now, and that's without any buffs. I mean, you think about them with like Wurzak giving them a constant stream of that plus 26 melee attack, or 13 melee attack. Sorry, with the Bonewood staff, and they're just gonna lawnmower everything. Hopefully, that's a good buff. I like that. I like that a lot. I like that a lot. I mean, not to mention, you could even just straight up buff their stats with like Fists of Gork or something, and they will just destroy everything. Absolutely everything. Cool. I'm digging that. That's a good one. Okay, so next we're going to transition over to Norska. And do a couple tests with champions. Let's do champions with great weapons versus regular old executioners. Because champions did get, what was it, a health increase? Let's double check here. Norska, yeah, +4 health per entity. And the great weapons got +2 run speed for whatever reason, so let's have a look. Let's have a look. Yes, yes, yes. So we will go ahead and spread this out a little bit here. Pop it on that fast forward and get it going. All right. Yeah. Yeah, I could see them easily destroying most units in the game. But we'll see. Curious to see how the champs do here. Pretty comparable units. I don't remember exactly how much executioners are, but I want to say they're almost exactly the same cost. But it does look like the executioners win slightly. I want to say they're, what, 1150 or 1200, so you would maybe expect them to win slightly, but that wasn't super cost effective for the great weapons. So yeah, not the best. Definitely not the best. Yeah. The shielded champions were already pretty decent in some matchups, and they also got a health increase, so I don't think we really need to take a look at them too much, but let's try one more. Let's try against hammerers. Or, I'm just trying to think of another infantry that's going to be around that same cost. Let's see here. Not that. Let me just look at a couple things. So, yeah, Dark Elves. Yeah, they're 1200. They're a full 100 points more expensive, so I guess you would expect them to win out there, but let's see. Dwarfs. Hammers are 1100 also, right? But I think they're probably going to win that. But let's try. Let's do hammers. Swordmasters, Black Orcs, yeah. Yeah, Swordmasters are also specialized anti-infantry, and they have better stats as well. So I think that that's basically going to be the same as Executioners. Yeah. What's up, Rightist? Let's see. Yeah, Helm of Discord is, yeah, just minus 15 area of effect. Yeah. Versus hammers? No, I was still testing great weapons. I don't know that I'm really going to test the regular ones. I already thought they were pretty good before, and I mean the meta kind of favors defensive shielded infantry anyway right now, in my opinion. So yeah, I don't know that we necessarily need to test them, but they just got better. They just got more health. The biggest thing was that the champions were not super cost effective before, in my opinion, in most matchups at least, which is why I wanted to test them in general, but we'll see. Maybe we also should have brought some Longbeards with great weapons just for comparison, but yeah. Yeah, Chaos Warriors are just significantly cheaper though, and this is a 1-to-1 cost trade, so I mean, granted, Dwarven infantry should be better than most infantry just as a general rule, but I don't know if Hammerers really follow that. It looks like the champions are actually probably going to win one of those, maybe two of those. So you can see it's a pretty even trade, and this is why I wanted to test multiple units like this if possible, because yeah, the Dwarven leadership able to win two of those fights, but the third one going to the champions. So that's a pretty even trade. I'd say that's basically right about on cost when you get, you know, multiple different engagements basically playing out like that. So yeah, I mean, Hammerers aren't the most cost-effective unit in the game either, in my opinion, so take that with a grain of salt, but I think that's about right. Yeah, Hammers shine very well if you pair them with Belegar, because Belegar gives them some extra defensive buffs to make them a little bit tankier. So yeah. Yeah, I mean, Norsk already had a lot of really good armor-piercing options, so buffs to champions are okay. Really, the buffs to the shielded champions are also quite nice, but yeah, I don't know that we necessarily need to test that super hard. Let's go ahead and move on to everyone's favorite Tomb King construct, the old Tomb Scorpion. So yeah, let's grab this guy, and we're still doing good on time, okay. Okay, now I wanted to test Scorpions versus single entities, because the main, the change they made seems like it'll be worse at fighting single entities, so let's do Scorpion versus, let's do, what's a good single entity to test against this? Because Kolek, I know, would probably just lead him, but maybe like a non-anti-large monster. Let's see. What's a good non-anti-large monster? Let's see. Vargolf, yeah, that's a good one. Sure. Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, bring 3 again. Test this in triplicate if we can. All right. Griffin Lord, yeah. We could do Griffin Lord. Let's see. Stegadon, yeah. Oh, I should have vanguarded them. That's fine. That's fine. Totally fine. Alright, Scorpions. Let's see how they do. Yeah, they're trading very cost effectively. I mean, the Vargolf is significantly more expensive and it has regeneration, and because of the animations, the way the animations work for these, they're just knocking them around a whole lot. What are you doing? What are you doing? Go over there. Stop it. Stop getting distracted. Silly Scorpions. Look at that. Look at that side back roll just kiting around. Well, that one died, but the other ones are doing a lot better. That's really weird. A lot of RNG going on, I guess, from those attack and defense rolls, but yeah, this one is getting hit from behind consistently. Let's see if we can't re-engage from the front there. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Get out of here, Kemmler. Just gets tossed. Oh, man. Yeah, you see where if they can get behind the Tomb Scorpion, they'll beat him, but that was actually reasonably cost-effective. They took down 1 out of 3, so yeah, not too bad. Oh, that was pretty comedy right there. Oh, that was fun. Fun. Okay, let's also do, whoops. Let's do a Bastillodon. Let's do a Bastillodon. I feel like that's a pretty cost comparable. Ragnarok spiders. That could be an interesting one. Maybe we'll do that one next. Let's see. Versus some heavy cav? Yeah, we could do versus some heavy cav as well. Maybe we'll try that next, actually. We'll do some, yeah, Feral Bastillodon's only 850, you're correct. But I think it has worse stats than the other ones, I want to say. At least it has worse leadership, I know, so for the sake of testing, I think we wanna go with one of the ones that won't rampage. But it's more just to see kind of how this Tomb Scorpion does at fighting big armored monsters. And we're also going to test against Heavy Cav, and then also, and when we do the test against Heavy Cav, maybe I'll have him bring Britonia, and we can test against like Lewin on a thing. Okay, this time we're going to Vanguard, just to get this over with. Get the action underway right off the bat. Solar Engine's actually not an uncommon pick here either. Because of the fire damage, they can do a decent job at sniping out Tomb King's characters, the lower armor ones at least. But yeah, let's fast forward this monster mash. I expect the Tomb Scorpions will win this, but it's just a matter of by how much. But yeah, giving him the stinger right to the teeth. Yeah, not bad. Not bad. Definitely winning out, which isn't overly surprising, but we'll see against the Griffin. I think that's really the #1 kind of weird one from before, is that the Tomb Scorpion could beat like a Lord on a Griffin, but this is, yeah, they're doing the number of the Bastillodon, so One over on the far side seems to be doing a little bit better. But, yeah, man, that middle one, that Tomb Scorpion just took it to town. Poor boys. Oh, man, I gotta go stretch. Back's all tight. Tomb Scorpions do have more melee defense, it's true. That matters quite a bit. Slightly more, and better melee attack as well, plus more weapon strength, so it's not really too surprising. But, yeah, the armor of the Stylodon doesn't help a ton there. Yeah, it's not bad. Not bad at all. Still going to be probably the most cost-effective construct, I would say. Only 1,000 points. I really think they should bump up the cost of the Tomb Scorpions because of the animations. Like, that's not something that you can patch. So, like, just bumping up the cost to 1,100, I think, would be more than warranted. But yeah, let's do Knights of the Realm plus Lewin on Hippo. So I'll bring a 4th Tomb Scorpion this time. Yeah, 650. The Stegodon, is it? I don't remember. Do not remember. You can do Beaky. Might as well go full in. Yeah, it's pretty good. Tomb Scorpion's just still so cost effective. Yeah, not bad at all. So we've got these guys, and then next up, after the Tomb Scorpion, is going to be some Vampire Coast things, and I think that should be the end of it, what I wanted to test today. So getting not too far from the end. Got still some more, and for those of you who missed the first part of the stream, of course, this will be going up after the fact. I will include timestamps to the various units that are being tested when I upload it later, so you all will be able to watch the various individual tests. Okay, so one of them is just going to need to get charged by Lewin, but the other ones will countercharge. And we'll see how these Knights of the Realm do. They should, in theory, do well, but in practice, maybe not so much. Yeah, they're doing okay against that one, certainly. Lewin comes down, issue an attack order. And, yeah, they're all losing out. This is good. This is an improvement, because before they could just straight up beat units of cavalry like this, so this is what we wanted to see, right? Yeah, not bad. This guy's losing to Lewin super hard, which I guess isn't very surprising, but yeah, see, this middle one's still doing quite well against the Knights of the Realm. So let's go ahead and fast forward and see how they do in a grind. And we'll just kind of, yeah, Wicked. He does get around. He does. Very helpful lad. And for those of you who don't know Wicked, be sure to check out his Twitch channel, Wicked, if you feel so inclined. Feel free to drop a link to your Twitch in the stream chat there. Yeah, the Scorpions, I mean, they got slightly nerfed. It wasn't a super hard nerf. It was more of, they just got changed to be more of an anti-infantry focus. They buffed, if we have a specific look here, they buffed the bonus versus infantry, but they lowered melee attack and melee defense. And they also lowered the mass as well, which I don't know that really matters too much because of the animations, but yeah, so one Tomb Scorpion was able to beat one unit of Knights of the Realm. The other two Tomb Scorpions did lose there, so yeah, I think that's a pretty good change then. I mean, I say lost. I think these Knights of the Realm might actually pull out the win here. Oh man, they just barely got terrified at the end, but the Scorpion crumbled, so Is that a loss? I'd call that a draw, actually. But, yeah. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Cool. I like that change. Let's move on to some Vampire Coast stuff, because I've heard many howlings about something, and I want to see for myself if this is true. There you go, Wicked. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Knights of the Realm trading quite well there, and I think that's more so to do with the Tomb Scorpion's nerfs than anything else, but it wasn't super significant, but I think it was just enough to push them right to where they need to be, I would say. So, okay, now let's move on to the boys here. So, okay. Hand cannons. It's time. We're going to do 3 Chosen with shields and 3 Chosen great weapons and see how they do in an Overwatch situation getting shot up. Yeah, no problem, Wicked. You're an awesome member of the community. Great addition, so I'm more than happy to give you shout-outs and so on. So, yeah. If you guys are in any of the various Discords that Wicked's in, he's a very, very helpful guy. So, big thanks for helping out with the testing here. And, yeah, now to see how overpowered these guys actually are, or if they are actually overpowered at all. I'm curious. I don't know whether the hand cannons are subject to a missile block chance or not, so that is why I wanted to bring a half shielded, half unshielded Chosen here, just to see how much of a difference the shields actually make. So, yep. We'll get it going. Just let them approach, and then kind of wait for the Overwatch. Yeah, I mean, they do have a bit longer range than thanks guard mode. Yeah, very important. They do have longer range than the Iron Drakes, somewhat, but they're not super long range. I mean, 90 is decent, but it's not great. So I'm curious to see how they do. Definitely. I don't think so. I think it just applied to the deckhands. So let's see. I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing the overpoweredness. Yeah, I mean, those Chosen would have been in contact already. So yeah, I'm not seeing how this is super overpowered, because they easily could have charged in, you know, by this point. So that doesn't seem too bad, honestly, for me. I mean, considering they had to use half of their ammo to take down a group of Chosen great weapons, and these guys are 23 speed, keep in mind, so it's super easy to catch them, and they have literally less than 10 attack and defense, so you will be able to just stomp them in melee. So yeah. I mean, if your opponent just stands there and lets you shoot them, then I think that they probably deserve to lose, but the shields do make a difference. Okay, so the hand cannons, we did learn something. They are subject to missile block chance. You can see the clear difference in the shielded and unshielded variants here. And I do think that the Chosen with great weapons are going to be able to weather almost all of the ammo here. Let's see. Let's see if the Chosen actually run out of health before the hand cannons run out of ammo. They do stagger, though. You can see as the Chosen advancing, they are staggering. So, yeah. They are firing in melee. I think they are actually going to be able to just barely, with the last of their ammo, beat out the Chosen there, but I mean, they're so slow And they do damage now, but they don't do it very quickly. So yeah, I don't know what people are on about, saying that these guys are super overpowered. I don't see how that's going to be super impactful in a real battle situation. I think they're just too slow. And I mean, the zombies with regular guns are still cheaper and have longer range, and probably at the end of the day have about a similar DPS. Well, I mean, I guess they have lower DPS, but it's just because of that range advantage, and being cheaper, and just in general, I really don't see... Let's try against Cav and Monsters. Yeah, I don't know what people are on about. Yeah, I mean, I don't see the issue there at all, but okay. Alright, sorry, people are just distracting me. Let's get to it. Yeah, I did notice they do keep shooting while they're in melee, so, I don't know. I don't know, though. They just, I mean, their range is still pretty limited. And, I mean, they just, yeah, I don't know. Again, until I use them in a real-world battle situation, it's tough to say. I don't want you guys drawing too many conclusions from these tests. But anyway, yeah, they're not terrible. Yeah, 600 gold is about what you get. So for me, they seem like they're about on par now with like Poison Globadiers and Iron Drakes, which is that they're powerful short-range units, but they're tricky to use. And they don't. I mean, they don't. I don't think they really have even the DPS of Iron Drakes. I mean, yeah, yeah. Maybe I'll arrange for some more testing and see if we can't get a couple more people and do like a side-by-side where we have, you know, a player with hand cannons and a player with Iron Drakes, and just see, you know, side-by-side how they compare. But they did pretty well against the Cav there. Granted, Vampire Coast already have so many options for taking down heavy cavalry, it's not really a problem. They are doing very well against the Shaggoths as well. Not so much against the Dragon Ogres, interestingly enough. I wonder why that is. Yeah, but why would you ever take Chosen with great weapons in that matchup, though? I mean, Chosen with shields solve a big part of that problem. Plus, I mean, again, it's a unit that it has pretty terrible leadership, and granted, crumbling is still a bit of an issue, but I don't know. I don't see how it's going to be a big problem. They are pretty terrible at shooting at monstrous infantry, though, as we're learning here. A lot of the shots are missing. I'd be curious to see if it's the same against something like Kroxigors. They're also terrible at shooting at single-entity infantry, which is not surprising. Yeah, I mean, they used up all of their ammo and didn't kill those Dragon Ogres, so I think the solution is to bring monstrous infantry. Yeah, I don't know. Performance against the Cav was pretty surprising, but let's try this. Let's do this test one more time. Yeah, let's do this one more time. We'll do it with 6 shielded Chosen, and we'll charge them straight in and see how they do. Because, I mean, the meta with Coast was all ready to just bring lots and lots and lots of shielded infantry. As much shielded infantry as you can bring. And so... Yeah, we'll see. If they really do beat Chosen in melee, because they can keep firing while in melee, that seems interesting. But, yeah, we'll see. Deck Droppers are still the best air missile units, even with the nerfs, yes, but they're not as good. I mean, Coast is strong, but I don't think they're overpowered like other people do. But yeah, let's see how this goes. Could charge his units. And we'll see this time with the Chosen just running straight in. And granted, Chosen, I mean, this is one of the best units, you know, to charge in. They have 60% missile block chance. They're very, very tanky, lots of HP. So yeah. Guard mode. Trust that. That's the whole point of this test, right? Yeah, see, they take hardly any damage. They do get staggered quite a bit. They take very little damage on the approach there. But yeah, I mean, they are continuing to fire in melee to a degree. Interesting. Yeah, it's still not exactly a cost-effective trade. It's somewhat. Some of them are. I mean, Chosen with shields are 1150, so about 1200 points. They're almost double, not quite, but almost double what the hand cannons. So if the hand cannons can do at least half HP damage, that's cost-effective, and that's what they did. So that seems about right to me. Yeah, that seems just about on to me. Yeah. Just for giggles, let's try one more. Let's try Marauders. Just for giggles, I want to see how cheap infantry does here, because obviously, again, the meta right now with Vampire Coast is you take a full stack, at least from what I remember. I haven't actually played against them in a while, but for most factions, you take a full stack, you have a few key units to deal with their big monsters and stuff, and then the rest is just an infantry rush because the zombies are not that good in melee. You can just push through pretty aggressively, and typically that's how most people deal with the Vampire Coast, so I want to see how these guys do then against cheap infantry. Vampire Coast does have shield breakers. Yeah, you can take deck dropper, or the deck gunners, which have the shield breaker trait, but I want to say it's only a minus 24, 26, something like that, but yeah. Yeah, so you could combo those guys together, potentially. But still, I don't know. We'll see. If these guys just raffle stomp the cheap infantry, then I think we might have a problem, but maybe not. I mean, yeah, these guys are 600 points, remember. And they can also get counterfired very easily by something like High Elf Archers. So... yeah, exactly, Davina, exactly. Most of the time, this is going to be a more realistic situation, so... Norscan Marauders for Rage, yeah. There's an argument to be made there, certainly, but... let's see how this does. Oh, guard mode. Just about forgot, thanks for reminding me. Man, the stagger is pretty real, though, I'll tell you what. Could be good for breaking up a charge of, like, greenskins or something, for sure. I think they're going to beat these Marauders pretty handily. Yeah, the fear kicks in, and they just can't hold up their leadership. Well, maybe. Out on this far extreme flank. Yeah, because they keep shooting in melee. Okay, I see now. Yeah, I don't think it's necessarily their ability to defeat expensive infantry that's the problem. It's probably just the chaff infantry that's the problem, right? But I mean, this is really only a problem if you don't have a way of counter-firing, maybe? I don't know. Again, I'll have to see in some real-world test situations how overpowered this actually is, but... they just can't hit this guy for anything. Oh, man. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I'll have to get in some real-world battle tests and see, but... that's pretty much everything. The only other thing is animated hulks. See how they do, but... yeah, it looks like they could be good against, like, maybe vampire counts or you know, chaos. Some of the more limited ranged factions, I could definitely see them working out pretty okay. A tear goose. I don't know that I really necessarily need to test that, but yeah, let's just do animated hulks, and I think I'm gonna call it a stream. So yeah, what do we want to test these bad boys against? 750. Let's test them against... oh, what should we do? Foot squires? Sure. Yeah, let's do that. Sure, let's try that first. Yeah, we'll do 6. 6 foot squires, 6 animated hulks. And RNS is cheap now, 1286 for nets. That's not bad. Yeah, but let's say worst case scenario, you get caught up without any support. How are your animated Hulks going to do? That's what I want to see here. You'd pretty much never see them almost entirely without support, but my biggest issue with them is they're still going to be extremely vulnerable to missile fire, but I mean 750, maybe you could make them work against certain factions. We'll see. But yeah, let's go ahead and fast forward this. Watch these crabby boys get in here. Oh, nice pile drive. And they're losing. Well, some of them are losing. Some of them are winning. I think they're probably going to pull it back. Yeah, I'd expect them to just win across the board, but looks like one unit might actually lose out, but the rest will probably win. Yeah, the Foot Squire's leadership wasn't able to hold up, so they did win pretty convincingly there. Not too surprising, but that's better. Let's try against Chaos Warriors. Saurus, that would be a good one as well. Yeah, we'll do Chaos Warriors, then we'll do Saurus, and then yeah, we'll call it, I think. Let's see. Oh, my apologies, Alec. We are actually getting towards the end of the testing. You missed quite a bit, but the stream will be going up in a couple hours after the fact, with timestamps and everything, so you can just quickly jump to what you have missed. Yeah, we tested... What did we test? We tested the Green Knight, we tested Pegasus Knight, we tested other things, Norskin Champions. Yeah? Yeah, I think so. I think the champions, the shielded champions, are still going to be the way to go in most matchups, but... Okay, go ahead and run these guys forward. Sensor bears, I think we all know how that's going to go already. I don't know that we necessarily need to test that, but... Alright. Let these guys duke it out. Yeah, the Chaos Warriors are trading a lot better here. Their melee defense and their better stats just mean that they're probably going to win out. I don't know, actually trading pretty evenly in a couple situations, but I think it's going to be probably a 2-2, or sorry, 2-4, maybe? Maybe not. I think the Chaos Warriors are actually just going to win out. Yep. Yep, Chaos Warriors. I don't think we even needed to test Saurus. I'm pretty sure Saurus will do even better than Chaos Warriors because they have more weapon strength, but... Whew. Yeah, they're still... I still don't think they're going to be something you take very often, but... Unfortunate. I was hoping they'd be a bit better, but I mean, obviously, granted, that's without saturating with, zombies, but again, the zombies are going to cost you extra. These guys cost the same, right? And Chaos Warriors with shields are a pretty common pick in this matchup, so that's not, you know, too far out of the realm of possibility, but I think that's pretty much it for today, guys. I've got something I've got to do in a little while, so I'm going to go ahead and hop off for now. But big thanks to everyone for joining. It's been a ton of fun. Again, I'll have timestamps to all the various tests later on when this goes up, so be sure to check that out. Yeah, I hope you wouldn't want to eat that crab, though. I mean, they're chaos, right? They eat whatever. So, yeah, big thanks again for coming out. Thank y'all for joining. Big thanks to Wicked, of course. Be sure to check out his Twitch channel. Wicked, feel free to drop some more links to your Twitch. And, yeah, thanks again. We'll see y'all next time.